My Denver love story began before 1997. I moved here in 97, and I moved here from Arizona, and I was looking for a place that had sun, but not 120 degrees in the summer. And I wanted a city, and I wanted the seasons, and Denver was just the most natural, perfect fit.
I moved from Texas with my music mate, and we wanted to center in Denver because the music scene at the time was hopping, and it was a great place for us to base to be able to travel lots of different places.
I am a benefit auctioneer and a professional MC.
I'm a musician, and then I have a real job to pay for my musician lifestyle. My band is called Dear Marcia, and we've been playing in the Denver music scene for a little over 30 years.
We originally met in 2014 during Pride Fest. I was emceeing a show on the Pride Fest stage, and Dear Marcia was you were the closing band, right? You were the final band that night, I think?
They were opening, closing, I don't know.
So we met in a very professional sense.
So in 2022, my music partner and I had always wanted to start a women's music festival. We put this first year of the music festival together called Women Who Rock the Rockies. And ever since we had done Pride Fest with Debbie, we were like, we need to work with her at some point in the future. She was funny, she was great, and it was a great click. And so when we came up with that idea, we were like, Debbie needs to be our MC. And so we reached out to her, and we were very lucky that she said yes. I don't know if she knew what she was getting in for, but and then we kind of connected that night, and
that was
unexpected.
Also Pride Fest.
It was Pride Fest weekend.
It was kind of a full circle Pride Fest weekend. One of the things that we learned about each other quickly within 2 days of reconnecting in 2022 was our love of being out in nature, hiking, and camping. And we went on our first camping trip.
Our first date.
Our first date, yes, was out by Wellington Lake, where I promptly broke my arm, sprained my ankle within 5 minutes of arriving at camp. So our first night camping was me covered in ice and a lot of ibuprofen.
I wanted to come back so we could go to the ER, and she's like, we can't waste a good campfire and a steak, and so in the mountains.
But honestly, a ribeye over an open fire, most people would say, yeah, we understand.
I wrote a song for Debbie about us and just kind of being older and connecting in love later in life, and it's a very different experience.
We met late in life, had broken hearts and battle scars, still healing from a different time. You touched my arm and then my heart. We found a place where laughter lives and we feel real. No rush, no.
I had this big thing in my head. We would go to the mountains, and I would ask her to marry me, and I'd play the song and like get up the guts. And for whatever reason, we went on we always go on day trips to the mountains, and every time it was something wrong. The wind was terrible, or it was freezing cold, or I don't know, there was always just something happening. And just randomly one day we were at City Park and took our picnic, and I was like, okay, let's do it. So we did. So I played the song, I trembled all the way through it, and then asked her to marry me.
It was beautiful. It was perfect. For me now, looking back, I mean, I'm gonna be 59, you're gonna be 56, so we have a little bit of a history, like a little bit of time behind us. I think not feeling rushed to find love, which I know is easier said than done when you want to be in a relationship or a partnership. And I think for both of us, we had done, and I know this is an eye roll moment, but we had been doing a lot of work on ourselves, a lot of therapy, and we both, that was a priority to keep doing.
I would agree. And just knowing yourself, right? And I think that's easy to get lost in everything else, and just being able to, that's what's been great about this, is we've been able to be our own self outside of our relationship, and that's important for both of us to have that for each other and for ourselves. And because then you have that grounding, right? You have a different space to connect in. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any advice or if anybody should take my advice. So.
Denver, I love you because you have provided such beautiful moments in my life, right? That's just been such an enriching experience to be here. I love this city. I love this state.
Denver, I love you because of your culture, your nature, your diversity, and again, all the great moments and memories that have just, and all of the connections. Every connection in my life is outside of my family is in through Denver.